I've seen men destroy in hours what took them years to build, all because they couldn't accept a loss and move on. Every morning, I commit to accepting losses as the cost of doing business, as inevitable as rent or electricity, and I promise myself that I will never, ever let my ego put my capital at risk. I will scale in, not all in. This is a lesson I learned through bitter experience. Early in my career, when I identified what I thought was a great opportunity, I'd put all my capital into it immediately. Sometimes I was right, and I made a fortune quickly. More often I was early, the opportunity was real, but my timing was off by days or weeks. And because I was fully committed, I had no ammunition left to add to the position when it finally started moving, or no ability to average in at better prices. Worse, when I was wrong, I was completely wrong, with my entire account tied up in a losing position. Now, every morning I remind myself that I will enter positions gradually, testing the waters first, adding only when the market proves me right. This approach means I miss the very bottom or the very top, but it also means I survive the times when I'm wrong, and survival is the prerequisite for everything else in this business. I am not competing with anyone but yesterday's version of myself. The comparison game will destroy you in trading. You'll see someone post about a huge winner on social media and you'll feel inadequate. You'll hear about a friend who made a fortune on some stock and you'll feel like you're falling behind. But trading isn't a competition with other traders, it's a competition with your own weaknesses. The only question that matters is, am I better today than I was yesterday? Am I more disciplined, more patient, more consistent? Am I making the same mistakes or have I learned from them? When I focus on this question, instead of comparing myself to others, I find peace and I find progress, because someone else's success or failure has absolutely nothing to do with mine. We're playing different games, with different capital, different strategies, different risk tolerances, and different goals. The only person I need to beat is the version of me who let emotions override discipline, who let greed override risk management, who let ego override reality. These morning declarations aren't magic spells. They won't make losing trades into winners. They won't give you some secret insight into market direction. What they do is far more valuable. They prepare your mind for the psychological warfare that is trading. They remind you of principles that you already know, but that get forgotten in the heat of battle.